Evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Madam Moderator, are you in the room? Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
All the speakers here also.
Good evening.
That's what I'm checking. I want to see
2, 3.
if
Missing
Madam
3 speakers.
Moderator. I saw Trump.
Yes, she's in the room.
I just want to confirm if you are here, just say present. Ronnie Aldous. Toastmaster
Ronnie
Ron.
was in the room, but I don't know if he has been moved into this room. Good evening. My apologies. This is Angeline Trump. Yes. So Trump is present.
Okay. From the Division E, Toastmaster Samuel,
Good evening. I'm here. I'm present.
Toastmaster George,
I'm here.
and Toastmaster Sashoy Duncan.
Present.
Okay. So we just have to look for Ronnie. But in the meantime, Madam Moderator, Toastmaster Lisa Aga. I don't see let me check.
Who is speaker 1 for E? Division E.
Speaker 1 for Division E is Samuel.
Okay.
Let me see. I don't see our moderator. And also from the second one from division each ALCUS. Let me see. Was not assigned. Can you all give me 1 minute? Let me go back to see where they gone.
For division H, it's Angeline for speaker 1 and 3. It's correct.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Angeline. Thank you. All right. I think I have them all now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Are we okay in room 3?
Apologize, but I still looking for our moderator.
Who is our moderator? Let's see.
Our moderator supposed to be Lisa Agat.
Mm,
Our moderator for room 3 is Sonia Forrester.
Forrester, and she's in the room.
She is here.
There's some changes that I didn't know.
mhm.
So moderator gonna be Sonia Foster.
Forrester.
Forrester.
Okay. Do we have our judge?
Yes, our
Karen?
Yes, you have your
Our
judge
judges,
speaking.
Ronnie,
Yes.
the two judges.
I'm here.
I am
That-
here.
Okay.
Mhm.
do we have alders?
Our timer is Jasmine Smith. I think I saw her. Timer, you there?
I'm here.
Okay,
Yes, okay.
we have everybody in place. We can
Do we have
continue.
others?
Is Alders there?
Who was looking for?
Ronnie Alders.
Others? The second speaker for Division H?
Oh, let me double check. Because in the waiting room, it don't have no one. The second one, we're running behind.
Yes, we're running behind time. So Master, you can let me know. I will go out and check. You just let me know because you will be recording.
Yes, go ahead.
Who you're looking for?
Ronnie
Um,
Alders
Ronnie Alder, the second speaker.
for
For which?
Division H.
Okay.
Was saying that he's in breakout room 3, but I don't see him.
That's the thing.
He's saying that he's in breakout room 3, but he doesn't see anyone in breakout room 3.
Nope.
To master,
Okay, I see. Ronnie
He's in
is
here.
there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we are ready to rumble. All the best to the debaters. Madam Moderator, you have the floor. Let me check to get back Madam Moderator. Madam Moderator, you there?
Is Ronnie in the room now?
Yes, Ronnie. I saw Ronnie a while ago.
And
Yes,
we're
he's still in the room.
and our moderator is not in the room. Okay, let me go out and see.
excuse me, Zoom master. I have to bring to your attention the grievance of Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Sonia, who has been knocked off of the call. There is some technical difficulty hindering her from logging in at the moment.
Okay. Thank you for letting us know. We'll see what we can do.
Welcome, Madam Chair.
Madam Moderator, Toastmaster Sonia, you're there? If you are there, we can start.
Good evening, everyone. And thank you so much for your patience as you waited. I'm having a little technical challenge this evening, but nonetheless, I am here and I am ready to get started. Do we have all our debaters here?
That is correct, Madam Moderator.
Yes. Toastmaster Artis, are you speaking?
Toastmaster Arcides is just the Zoom master.
Yes, were you speaking just now?
No, because you was asking a while ago if we have everybody. It was confirmed. All the speakers is present.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So do we have any representatives here from Division E? Not the debaters, but those who are here to cheer them on. Do we have anybody in the room who is here to cheer on the participants from Division E? Yes, let me hear you give some energy and give some love to them. You know, tonight is all about these two divisions coming up and just delivering at their best. So do we have any representatives here? Are you rooting for Division H? If you're here and you're rooting for Division H, let me hear you make some noise for them. Let's get some energy in this room. Excellent, excellent. Awesome, everyone. Good night. My name is Sonia Forrester, and tonight I have the honor of moderating this debate, and I really pray that I'll be able to do an exceptional job given the challenges with the internet, but we are in this together, and so we will make it happen. Right, Toastmaster Debbie?
Yes, Toastmaster, DTM Forrester. Good evening.
Awesome. So I'd like to give the judges an opportunity. We can hear from the chief judge tonight as she introduces her team, and then we will get into the debates and we'll get started as we resolve on this moot. So let's hear from the chief judge. Chief Judge, distinguished Toastmaster Karen.
Thank you, Madam Moderator, and a pleasant evening to everyone. And with the energy in this room, I would like to introduce my judges. My judges for this evening, I am DTM Karen Louison, as was stated, as the chief judge. And my other two judges are Toastmasters Judith Drouillard and Grace Coyd Martner. Do I have to introduce the timers as well, or you'll do that? My timer, or our timer, Jasmine Smith, counter Mackenzie at the end, Zoom master Akidis Christina. Thank you, Madam Moderator.
Thank you so much. And of course, our timer will be timing the presentations. And just for the sake of the participants, I'd just like to ask the timer to share how they can look forward to seeing the timing cards coming up. So can we have our timer just do a quick demonstration for the sake of the participants?
Sure.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jasmine. Can you let them know when they'll see the green, when they'll see the yellow, and when they'll see the red?
Sure. Where am I? At 3 minutes. At 3 minutes, they'll see the green. At 4 minutes, they'll see the yellow. And at 5 minutes, they'll see the red. And 15 minutes after.
Seconds.
Okay, the seconds, sorry, they'll be muted.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And
You're welcome.
participants, you are reminded that at that 15-second, if you are muted and you continue to speak, 10 points will automatically be deducted from you. And we know that 10 points is not something that we can afford to throw away. Tonight, as we hear from our speakers, we'll hear from the proposition first and second speaker, who will each have 5 minutes to make their presentations. And we will also hear from the opposition first and second speaker, who will also have 5 minutes to make their presentation. During the rebuttal, we will present the rebuttal summary for 3 minutes. And so whether you're having a third speaker or your first speaker is coming back, that person will have 3 minutes to indicate or to make their position clear. And that will be timed green at 1 minute, yellow at 2 minutes, and red at 3 minutes so that you can follow suit. So tonight, what is our mood? Our mood is that we are here to resolve that social media impedes personal communication. The two teams debating, Team A will be represented by Division H, which is the proposition team this evening, and Team B will be represented by Division E, which is the opposition team this evening. For Division H, the proposition team, judges, please note, the first speaker will be Angela Trump, the second speaker, Ronnie Alders, please forgive me, and we will have the first speaker, Angela Trump, coming back to present after. For Division E, our opposition team, the first speaker will be Toastmaster Malikia Samuels. Then we'll have the second speaker, Toastmaster Arnaldo George, and the third speaker, Toastmaster Sashoy Duncan. Tonight, debaters are here to resolve the moot again. Social media impedes impersonal communication. Please join me as we welcome our first speaker, who will be presenting for 5 minutes from the proposition team, Team A, as she presents on her team's case, resolving that social media impedes impersonal communication. Toastmaster Angela Trump. Toastmaster Angeline Trump. I just totally renamed you. Toastmaster Angeline Trump, you have 5 minutes to make your case.
Thank you so much.
Begin.
All right. Thank you so much, Madam Moderator, and welcome all tonight in this topic, social media impede interpersonal communication. In our proposition, we need to prove to you that social media actually does not impede interpersonal communication. And let us break it down in 3 parts. So the first part would be social media. The second part would be impediment. And the third part would be the interpersonal communication. We will prove to you tonight that it is not the case, that it is, on the contrary, a huge improvement for all of us. Think back the year 2020. What happened to all of us? All our lives were impacted. But weren't you happy that you at least had social media as one of the forms to be able to remain in contact with all around the world? And it enabled you actually to expand your horizons, to connect further, broader, international. How many of you does not have friends, Toastmasters, whom you have actually never met in person, but you have them as a friend on social media? In 2006, Forrester Research presented a report in which they indicated that social computing is taking a rapid rise. It was a trend. And luckily in 2020, that trend picked up a different spin for all of us. So what is happening actually? Does it impede? No. we are considering as Division H as the proposition that it does not impede us. And I'm so happy if you listen to our inspiration tonight, because BTM Ika mentioned that we are not to limit ourselves. So social media enables us to expand our horizon, to communicate with 2 or more people. It enables us to get our message out there. Do you think that it impedes us? No, because with the smartphone, we can communicate with everyone, everywhere, and any time of the day. How tremendous is that for all of us? And Toastmaster Ronnie will further elaborate on this proposition. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, judges. We will give you a few moments to mark your score for the proposition first speaker.
This is just listening to the speaker, man.
Thank you. Team, we are now going to hear from the first speaker of the opposition team. The first speaker of the opposition team, Toastmaster Melintia Samuels, as she presents her case. Toastmaster Melintia.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Toastmaster Melintia. You have 5 minutes. You may begin.
Madam Moderator, distinguished judges, my most eloquent opponents, listening audience, a very pleasant evening. I rise in total opposition of the moot. Social media impedes interpersonal communication. According to the Oxford Study Dictionary, social media is defined as websites and applications that are used to enable users to create and share content and to participate in social networking. The same source defines impedes as to delay or to prevent something or someone by obstructing them, while interpersonal communication is described as an exchange of information between 2 or more people. Distinguished judges, allow me to thank my colleague from the proposition for agreeing with me as she opposed the moot in her debate. My colleague and I will prove to you that without a shadow of a doubt, social media is in fact enhancing interpersonal relationships by outlining the benefits of its usage. Esteemed judges, the very definition outlined by the proposition leader strongly suggests the enhancement and the development of interpersonal communication, as social media is designed to enhance communication. Communication, in my humble opinion, is the most practical contribution to social media in the modern world. As the reports by Statista Research has derived, more than 3.8 billion persons worldwide use social media, and it's projected to reach about 4.41 billion by the year 2025. And as a result of this, anyone, anywhere in the world can use social media by the click of a button. Social media sustains healthy relationships as families and friends can stay connected regardless of where you are in the world. Just imagine how marriages would be destroyed and how many long distance relationships would be broken up abruptly if there was no social media. Facebook is an example of a way to reconnect with long lost persons from one's past. So yes, distinguished judges, social media helps to sustain healthy relationships and not impedes them. Secondly, esteemed judges, social media allows us to connect with persons in ways that we normally couldn't have. According to Fareed Zakaria from CNN, using platforms such as Skype can bring us closer when we can't physically touch one another. Listening audience, up to 64% of teens have reported that using social media has helped them to find friends. 83% of them have reported that it makes them feel more connected with their friends. So, distinguished judges, doesn't this sound like a positive interpersonal communication to you? Finally, esteemed judges, social media can help to foster romantic relationships. Nearly 1/3% of Americans overall have reported that they date online. 48% of them are between the ages of 18 and 29. And according to the Pew Research Center, more than 55% of the LGBTQ community have reported to date online. Esteemed judges, please don't be fooled by my most noble opponents who try to say that these virtual connections are baseless. In fact, social media has begun to focus not only on supplementing relationships and sustaining virtual ones, but actually turning virtual relationships into relationships that can be developed in the empirical world. This is an excellent example of how social media is said to have a positive effect on interpersonal relationships. Technology can then thus be made to serve and value friendships and interpersonal connections. Madam Moderator, distinguished judges, the benefits outweigh the disadvantages. Social media is a tool for interpersonal communication, and I must therefore stand firm in total opposition of the move. Social media impedes interpersonal communication. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now give the judges a few moments to mark their score for the first speaker of the opposition team. Thank you. As we prepare for the second speaker for the proposition team, Team A, Toastmaster Ronnie.
Yes, do you hear me?
Yes, we do. Toastmaster Ronnie, you have 5 minutes to present your case. You may begin.
Thank you. Judges and moderator. Social media impede interpersonal communication. It depends how you see it. Well, let me tell you that I've been doing some research on the internet, and believe me, we have a lot of benefits that we should use of social media in the digital era. For example, Mr. Dilip Guru just told us via the internet that, for example, the first one, solidifying brand identity. Second, the increasing brand activity generate online traffic. Number three, number four, staying alive. Number five, better conversion rate. Number six, increasing brand loyalty. Seven, partnering up with influencers. Assessing the competition. Number eight, and selectively advertising. Number nine, and number 10, user-generated data. Before going into the detail, I want to tell you who Mr. Dilip Guru is. He is a growth hacker, digital marketer, and blogger. He loves solving problems of scale and long-term digital strategy, which means that we must embrace the social media. We should see the benefit of it to enhance our communication throughout the world. And I will say a good example of, well, two good examples of number one, number two, solidifying brand identity, increasing brand activity. I will say a very good example is Toastmasters International ourselves. With the promotion of our educational meetings throughout the world and using social media, for example, the promotion through Facebook and email, it is excellent to reach millions of people who are not communicating with each other, but now they have the chance to communicate via social media. And we are doing that right now. So yes, there are extremely good benefits. And we are doing that also here in District 81. And I applause for all of us, and we are no exception. Also, one of the biggest benefits of social media is the extremely low cost of social media. Just for example, we can answer questions of the people, for example, people in the commerce. They can answer questions of their clients. They can market their product, and they can make a lot of benefit, a lot of profit. And I see that as a great way to promote their brand. And that is what Toastmasters International is also doing. I've been making some research, and yes, for example, number 19, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers, which means that our United Nations, with all what happened in the past, with all the wars and the abuses of human rights, the ethnic cleansing, the United Nations, we are part as the Dutch Kingdom of the United Nations, and that is why the Dutch Kingdom, we, and Aruba as being part of the Dutch Kingdom, we defend the freedom of speech, and which includes the freedom of speech through social media. Of course, you cannot keep telling and saying everything you like because there are always rules, and Facebook has its rules, but we should enhance and embrace freedom of speech. And Aruba, as a country within the Dutch Kingdom since 1986, with our new constitution, with our Staatsapartheid, here on this island, a democratic island. Last time I checked, this island is truly democratic. That's why everyone who lives here, you have a guarantee by our government for your freedom of speech. And that is what I like about Aruba and the Dutch Kingdom. Well, also the Dutch Kingdom with all its NGOs and government entities, they and here in Aruba also, we promote to keep our freedom of speech and to promote the interpersonal communication, especially after 2020 with the unexpected hitting of the awful pandemic, which hit the world with 5 million deaths already. But thanks to social media, the World Health Organization could have adverted the world about the great dangers. Toastmasters.
Thank you. Judges, I'll give you a few moments to note your scores. Thank you. We will now have the second speaker from Team B. The second speaker from Team B opposing the moot. Toastmaster Arnold George.
Pause already established. Good evening. I rise with my partner in opposition to the moot. Social media impedes interpersonal communication. I want to thank the speaker, the second speaker of the proposition, for making my job a lot easier. Esteemed judges, Social media is extremely popular and accepted as a tool to enhance communication worldwide. According to the Statista Research Department in July 2021, Facebook alone has 2.85 billion users per month. YouTube and WhatsApp have over 2 billion monthly users, and Instagram and TikTok combined to have a total of over 2 billion monthly users. Are these billions of people benefiting from enhanced interpersonal communications via social media? My teammates and I answer with a resounding yes. How is interpersonal communication enhanced via social media? It is enhanced by video calls, texting, the use of emoticons, and voice over internet technology. An emoticon, and I'm sure you have seen it, is a symbol that shows happiness, sadness, and other various sentiments like sorrow or indifference. These emoticons can help you to communicate how a person is feeling. When you see the smiley face, you know they're happy. You see the sad face, you know they are not very happy. Facebook has also instituted the ability to share photographs. A photograph is a part of you. If you share a photograph with a friend, and hopefully he's a friend, you know that you esteem this person quite highly. And this enhances interpersonal communication when you share a piece of yourself. 3, voice over internet protocol. Many social media platforms allow audio and video communication. This is a more realistic form of communication because not only can you hear the person who's talking to you, but you can also see them with your eyes. And this enhances interpersonal communication because it's more natural to look at a person when you're communicating with them. This is why social media does not impede interpersonal communication. Let's imagine for a moment a world without social media. No, a world reeking with coronavirus and no social media. Imagine being in lockdown with no social media. How would you communicate? How would you call up your friends? You can use the phone, but if you don't see them in a long time, this becomes quite distressing for a lot of persons. Who is responsible for the impediment in interpersonal communication? We are. Yes, we as human beings are. Social media is an exceptional tool when used effectively. However, if misused, it results in cyberstalking, cyberbullying, to name a few. As of January 2020, 44% of all internet users in the United States said that they experience online harassment. And this was taken from the article, Cyberbully, 20 Crucial Statistics for 2021. But does this make social media an impediment to in-person communication? No, it does not. I therefore strongly affirm that social media does not impede interpersonal communication. Take the e-commerce business, a business that relies on social media. This business expanded to 63 billion in August during the coronavirus crisis. If social media impedes interpersonal communication, how can these stores thrive and survive on the internet? No, social media does not impede communication, interpersonal communication, but it enhances it. Back to you, Madam Moderator.
Thank you. Judges, you have a few moments to note your scores. All right, thank you. So the debaters, you are now asked to join the breakout room that has been set up for this purpose. You have 5 minutes to prepare your rebuttal speeches. So Division E, you are joining room 3A. Division H, you are joining room 3B. Judges, you are also excused at this time. We will reconvene in 5 minutes. Zoom Master, once you've noticed that all of the participants have entered their debating rooms, kindly indicate so that we can begin the 5 minutes. Participants, not participants, audience members, we don't want to bore you in the 5 minutes. So if you were at the last debate, then you know for sure what happens in this time. Zoom Master, were you going to indicate?
Yes, I will do that as soon as I have everyone in the respective rooms.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your support. So participants, I want you to start by indicating by a raise of hand if you would like to share your opinion on the moot. And of course, if you don't volunteer, I will take the liberty of asking you to share your opinion. So I would suggest if you have a position, we would love to hear it in the time that we have as we are waiting on the teams to rejoin us. How are we doing there, Zoom Master? They're still in this room?
According to what I see now, I go into check in the room, but what I see, okay, all the speakers them went to the sub room.
Awesome.
What's next for me? I'm not so sure. Please just.
So please time 5 minutes, starting now.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster timer. Yes, my fellow Toastmasters, what is your position?
Zoom Master, judges has to be together.
Judge Tree, you can select your breakout room.
Yes, the judges have the
You
option
can go
to
to
just
room.
All the speakers were within time.
Judge Toastmaster Grace, you can go to room 3C with the other judges. Zoom Master, if you can assist her, because I see that she's still here.
Yes, I just checking it now.
Thank you. Awesome. So participants, please show by raise of your hand if you would like to make a contribution to the moot. We would at least like to hear a few positions for the moot and some positions against the moot. That is to say you're either for in proposition or you're opposed the moot. Who has a position? Toastmaster Daniel, good evening. Or is it Danielle? Toastmaster Hood? Oh, Toastmaster Christopher Yaw, I see you've unmuted. He has not. Right, okay. Toastmaster Let. Toastmaster Let, good evening. Toastmaster, you're actually now joining his audio. Toastmaster, you're good evening.
Right. Good evening, everyone.
Toastmaster, are you familiar with the mood this evening?
Yes,
impedes.
Social media impedes interpersonal communication.
What are your thoughts on this? What is your position?
I actually have a nuanced position. You know, I'm waiting on these guys to persuade me, but it seems as if I would have to go with team.
No, you don't go with any team. You just make a decision as it relates to where are you positioned? How do you feel about it?
Okay, my position is a nuanced position because my position is that it both impedes and it enhances. It enhances because it allows us more connectivity. Like was mentioned a lot this evening, it provides more connectivity. The world is now a global village. For instance, in District 81, we have been connecting like never before because I have been to all kinds of events all over the district, which I would not have been able to do without social media. But on the other hand, it also impedes communication because there can be a lot of misunderstanding when you're texting as against when you're standing right in front of a person that you could actually say to them exactly what you mean, and they could interpret they can interpret you holistically. That is to say, they can hear you, they can see your gestures, they can see your body language and everything. So I am on both sides right now. I am just hoping somebody can tip me on one side or the other at this point.
Okay. Well, let's see. We still have the rebuttals to happen, and hopefully during the rebuttal, you're able to be tipped in one direction or another.
Right.
Toastmaster, Zoom Master.
Yes, I was going to get to you because I check in the rooms. I see in room 3B, we have only Ronnie. I don't see Toastmaster Trump. Toastmaster Trump, are you there? Toastmaster Trump, if you are in the room, just identify yourself.
5 minutes.
Okay. If we have reached 5 minutes, that's mean I gonna move everyone back to the main room.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I wonder how many of us share the same position as Toastmaster, y'all. We are waiting to be convinced as it relates to whether we are for the moot or against this moot. It is an interesting discussion. And of course, the teams have the responsibility here tonight to persuade us one way or another as it pertains to social media impedes interpersonal communication. Will they be able to change your mind to help you to change your position, or will they be able to help you to form a firm position? Tonight, we will find out. Are the debaters ready?
Yes, division E.
Toastmaster Sashoy, you are ready. I'm happy that you're ready because you have to go first, but let's just make sure. Let's just make sure that we have Toastmaster Angeline in the room with us.
Yes, I'm in the room.
You are here. Do we have all of our judges? Judges, are you all here? Distinguished Toastmaster Karen? We are still waiting on them to return. one judge. I see you, Toastmaster Grace.
I'm there, yes.
Yes, yes. Is Toastmaster Judith here? Oh, I see Toastmaster Karen is back, definitely. Is Toastmaster Judith here?
I'm trying to move Toastmaster Judith, but
I
it
know
seems
all my
like
judges left me, so I expect them to be here.
Okay, okay.
I'm there.
Awesome.
okay.
So all of our judges are here. All right, so let's just make sure that we still have supporters in the room. Division E, do we have representatives in the room here? We have your supporters. If you are supporting Division E, just make some noise, give them some love, because this is how they get to bring it home. So let's give them some support right now. You can unmute your mics and make some noise.
We have to say together. Not.
Excellent. Division H, making sure we still have supporters in the room.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. Excellent, excellent. Team, participants, spectators, judges. Now we will hear the teams present their final positions on this meet as they rebut. As is customary, we will hear from the opposition team first. Team B, as they present for 3 minutes their summary and rebuttal. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Tashai Duncan as she presents her team's case. Toastmaster Tashai, you have 3 minutes. You may begin.
Patient audience, most worthy opponents, esteemed judges, good evening. The mood this evening, social media impedes interpersonal communication. Division E stands in opposition of this mood. Though I believe social media is currently impeding this communication based on somebody's microphone that's unmuted. But because outside of this challenge, social media is an exceptional tool. My teammates stand in strong opposition to the mood and they vehemently defended their point. But we all noticed that each member of the proposition were supporting us in defending that social media does not impede interpersonal communication. So allow me to join my teammates and thank the members of the proposition for joining us in opposing the moot this evening. Yes, speaker number 1 of the opposition mentioned the benefits of social media. Speaker number 1 of the proposition did too. Speaker number 2 of the opposition shared the millions of users of social media. He also shared the benefits and what we would do without social media. Speaker number 2 of the proposition shared something similar. He spoke well about Toastmasters International, and we do agree. Toastmasters International benefits immensely from social media. Speaker number 2 also mentioned freedom of speech. Yes, we need social media to allow for freedom of speech, and we have been benefiting from social media. We have all been communicating via social media, interpersonally and otherwise. Esteemed judges, it is clear both sides are in agreement. Social media does not impede interpersonal communication. It actually enhances it. And with this, Division E, members of the opposition we rest our case.
Thank you, judges. You have a few moments to mark your scores. We are now preparing to hear from the rebuttal speaker for the proposition team. Toastmaster Angelique, you have 3 minutes to make your case. You may begin. Angeline.
Thank you so much, Madam Moderator. Indeed, Division E, the opposition interpreted that we are in accordance with them. We did indicate that freedom of speech, and we cannot imagine our life without social media. But any one of you have fallen victim to social media, and I appreciated very much that I heard speaker number 2 to indicate that you have cases of cyberbullying. So social media can be bad for us. It can cause depression and anxiety. Cyberbullying is one great effect. And FOMO, have you heard of FOMO? The fear of missing out? So are you continuously tweeting or Snapchatting or Instagramming? Have you found that your expectation is unrealistic? Yes. When will you get into reality? So do not Snapchat, tweet, or Instagram or Facebook because it can be bad for your health. Thank you, Madam Moderator.
Thank you very much. And there we have it. We have heard both the proposition side of this moot as well as the opposition's case on this moot. The decision is now up to the judges. Judges, you are excused to deliberate, and you, of course, can rejoin us so that we will be able to hear your final comments on this debate. As we give the judges some time to tally their scores and to bring us the feedback that is necessary here, I would like to give the presenters an opportunity to speak to us a little off the cuff as it relates to their preparation and their experience here tonight. I'd like to start with the opposition team, and we'll hear from the first speaker, Toastmaster Malintia.
Hi, good evening.
Toastmaster Malintia, is this your first time participating in a debate?
This is not my first time participating in a debate. It's my first time participating in a debate in many years.
Yeah, so how was your experience? How was the preparation for you from your perspective?
Well, from my perspective, I was excited, I was nervous, I had a lot of mixed emotions because, like I said, this has been my first time in a long time. And fun fact, I've joined the Toastmasters Club probably 3 weeks now. So I kind of just jumped straight into, you know, making myself useful in the club and trying to enhance my skills.
That
so
is
it was like
excellent.
a roller coaster.
Wow, wow. Listen, all the Toastmasters in the house, let's show Toastmaster Malintia a new member some love. You know, she is definitely demonstrating from the get-go that she is in it here to learn and to grow, and she took up the challenge. We are so proud of you and, of course, of the efforts you made here tonight. And we trust that you feel encouraged, no matter the results, that this was indeed a learning experience for you.
I sure do. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you for participating. Toastmaster George.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Toastmaster George. How are you this evening?
I'm quite well, and you?
I am doing excellent. Thank you so much for asking. I would like to know, how was your experience preparing for the debate? How do you feel now? What's going on with you?
Well, I never debated before. Last week was my first time, and this is my second time debating ever. And I'm beginning to feel a lot more comfortable now with preparation and debating. It's actually something I wanted to do, but I never really got a chance to do it. So now I'm happy that now I have the opportunity to participate in debates. And yes, I am enjoying myself. I'm having a good time.
Well, that is important. You know, I think we forget that we should be having fun, that this is a learning experience, and learning without fun is just boring. So I'm glad to hear you say that you're having fun and you're enjoying this experience. Please, members of the audience, let's give Toastmaster George some encouragement for coming back a second time, and of course for delivering in the way that he did. Thank you for representing your division, and of course, thank you for participating.
Thank you.
And for the last member of the opposition team, Toastmaster Sashai, how are you this evening?
I am doing very well, Madam Moderator. Thank you for asking. And I must say, I am particularly pleased with mates and the performance that we've had this evening, the level of preparation that we put into it. Particularly proud of Division E. We've had external support coming in from Division E for us to practice, for us to run through and to give us pointers. So we're really appreciative of this experience, learning more, researching on social media, though we all use it. It's good to and the stats, the benefits, the billions of people who use it on a daily basis. It has been a wonderful experience.
I'm so happy to hear that. And I want to say hats off to you, leading by example. You jumped right in there with the theme. And I am sure that they appreciated the way in which you're carrying them through this year. So congratulations to you and your team. And I wish you all the best as you continue on the journey. And of course, let's now hear from the opposition members. We're going to listen to Toastmaster Ronnie first. I just want to hear from you. How was your experience? Did you enjoy it? Is this the first time you're debating? Tell us a little bit about your experience.
Good evening again. I am a member of University of Aruba Toastmasters Club since 2016. And I have to tell you that I had my first debate ever at the University of Aruba on October the 7th. It was a debate organized by University of Aruba Toastmasters Club and Sin Fronteras Toastmasters Club. The opposition won, but as you all said, it is a learning experience, and believe me, I am learning. And tonight, this is a home run for me. I've been learning, and I will apply all the tools that you have been giving the opposition, but also from Angeline. Angeline has a lot of experience in Toastmasters, of course. And yes, this is something that we should keep doing in District 81. And I have to congratulate Leaders Beyond Borders for organizing this. And thank you so much. And I will be able to keep participating and keep sharing this wonderful experience to all the Toastmasters clubs, to all the Caribbean. This is how we can be leaders, but leaders, the best leaders ever, what we need in the Caribbean. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Definitely. This is doing so much for so many members, and you are very correct. Leaders Beyond Borders has an amazing initiative, and we're all benefiting from it. Thank you so much for sharing, Toastmaster Ronnie. And last but not least, let's hear from Toastmaster Angeline. Toastmaster Angeline, how are you this evening?
Thank you. I'm feeling great. And indeed, as Toastmaster Ronnie indicated, it has been a learning opportunity because tonight was actually my first debate ever. And it was not something that I was really looking to ever do or to ever improve or to become proficient in. But I am a work in progress, and I enjoyed doing my research and preparation. And I enjoyed it totally. Thank you so much for this opportunity of growth.
Awesome. We are so happy to have had you participate. Of course, without you, this could not have been possible. So to all of our participants, we say hats off to you, and we congratulate you on the efforts you've made to make this evening what it has been. And we wish you all the best as you continue to move forward and you continue to participate, not just in the Toastmasters program, but in this debate as well. Toastmasters Room Master, do we have the judges back in the room? Can we check on them to see how they're coming? We want to be able to give the participants some feedback.
Okay, they are still in their rooms. Let me check with them to see what is what.
Awesome, awesome. So guys, don't forget, because I know last week some of us forgot, but don't forget we have another round of debate happening. We have room 4 and room 5. And of course, you can definitely.
Some Samuel.
I have Arnold, the second.